I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I've been serving customers every day, all week. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I'ma hit the happy hour. Man, I need me a drink. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. Yo, I need the happy hour.
Welcome to the happy hour. Hello, my name is Kendrell Bowman. Thank you for joining us on this episode today. But first, let me introduce to you my talented co-host. First up, Mr. Patrick L. Rowley, Mr. J. Beauchamps, and Mr. Derrick Vidrine. Can't forget about Mr. David Hand. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yes. I'd like to point out Mr. David Hand here is drinking coffee. He's our designated driver. Because David, it's been how many years now?
25.
25 years alcohol-free. Give that a round of applause. On this episode is what I like to call our wild card episode. It's where you guys at home have sent us all these topics and we put them in a hat and we drew them out and we're just about to attack them on this episode. So let's just get into it. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all ready? All right. The first topic, how do we let people that aren't part of the LGBTQI community know how to communicate with us? This is a great one because, you know, a lot of females that we probably meet, especially at Sunday brunches. Y'all know how it is when we're out at Sunday Fun Day and they see a lot of gay men. I get a lot of them sometimes will come up to me and want to be like, yes, honey, yes, da da da. But I don't talk like that. You know, I don't my friends and I don't communicate like that. My female friends that I have, they respect us as men. So, but the bad thing about it, they're not being any harm. They're not trying to, but they're just trying to relate to us. So my question to you guys, how do we communicate with them and let them know, okay, calm down, this is a little bit too much, without hurting their feelings or offending them?
Well, you know, I'm the Be Clear king or queen, whichever one you want to call me. Because I know exactly what you're talking about. And so often it requires that we tell them. And you have to tell them in very pointed ways because they don't know. And they do see, you know, they want to be in our shoes, they want to have our ways, but they don't know what we live through. Mm-hmm. So it takes that time to take a beat and calm them down, dial it back, boo, and let's really just let you know what is right and what's wrong, and explaining it to them. I have a lot of gay friends who say, don't waste your time telling the straights this, that, or the other. I'm like, no. It's important for us all to kind of have that clear communication because they'll continue to do it. And, and it's in the lexicon enough that it's up to us to make those, you know, those be clear moments.
Like I had a straight friend that she told me, she goes, what's the point of having a gay friend if you can't do my hair and my makeup? I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, that has nothing to do with anything. Not every gay man knows how to do that.
Exactly.
I mean, I do, but...
But contrary to popular belief, I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
This is what I'm saying, but you get it. You understand,
But I simply say, like, I agree with you, just correct them and say, listen, it's not that kind of party and keep it moving. From a nice place though. You're not gonna get in their face and be like, girl, I done told you that just tell them in a nice way.
Yeah, it's like put them off to the side or outside
or even in the forum where it's but just be direct but kind about it.
And also not feeding into it. So, you know, if it continues, continue to respond in the way you want to be spoken to, right? And then hopefully that adoption.
So in their lingo, you just throw shade at them when they're saying yes. You don't say anything. You just like.
You totally don't. No, you don't even have to roll your eyes. Just next subject.
Yeah, you just keep talking, keep it moving. Don't give it any energy, like you said.
Well, how do you educate them? As what Patrick said, you can't just, you know, you're enabling the behavior because you're not saying anything. So don't you think you should say something? Because every time you get around them, they're going to say, and then you're going to get annoyed every time you're around them. So why don't you just rectify the situation?
I mean, if it's the same common friend, then you can do that. But if it's at a random place, like you say, if you're at brunch and these random girls come up to you and say XYZ, it's kind of hard to do that. That's why right then and there, you just correct them.
But I think we should tell everybody. It shouldn't just be your close friend. I mean, sometimes you know, I think about people who see my name, Patrick, and then they'll say, hey, Pat. You know, I'm the person that says, Patrick is how you should address me. And people say, I can't believe you said that. But
Yeah.
my name is Patrick, and that's how I would prefer to be referenced.
So I can't call you Patricia?
You may not. Oh, you may not. Yes. And you know that goes back to childhood. So you may not.
Okay. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go to the next topic. This is someone sent this in actually through Instagram. They sent this to our Instagram. So follow us on Instagram. You can send yours as well at the Happy Hour Talk Show. Are you comfortable with your coworkers knowing your sexuality?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
All of mine do.
I'm comfortable with mine, but I don't put it out there. I don't wear the rainbow flag at work.
I mean, it's
because
obvious. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's very obvious with the tight shirts. I think that's how I got my last job, by the way. but I'm working in corporate America right now, and I'm there to make money. It's not like a life purpose like type situation. Just to make money and just to add value to the company and do the job and the task at hand. So I don't like go out my way to like tell people. But if somebody asks me, I'll tell them. But I'm not like, oh, hey girl, I'm, this boy, that boy. Because I've seen people do that, go around the office and say, oh, he's cute, oh, this, this, that, and just make it very, very obvious, of who they are. But it's just not me.
It wasn't comfortable for me early on to sort of have people know, and I would sort of compartmentalize it. I have experienced since my late 20s a better experience of letting coworkers know. Not like be in my business, which was the thing that, coming from the South, you don't want folks in your business. That was sort of the mindset. But once I kind of got over that, it's become a much better experience for me to let them know who I am, who I love, what love looks like on me, because often it comes in handy.
Correct.
I lost a partner before Anthony, and it would have been odd if I had introduced my special friend to them as someone who had just died. I might not have gotten all the time off that I got, but because they were on my page, they had met him, I was given the benefit of their generosity because I was vulnerable. And that was the first job that I had done that. And so I saw the benefit immediately. So I tell people it gets better if you just sort of play yourself transparent.
How about you, David? You work in corporate America, ish. So how is it for you?
I work for a big corporation, but I have probably the majority of the men on our staff are gay. So
By default, or just, not by default, but
just so happens, yeah. It's just we're there. So
sometimes it's inevitable. Like for me, I'm in the same same thing, corporate America, and you're with these people 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. So it's almost like eventually someone's gonna find out, So why don't we put the cat out of the bag? Is that the saying? Cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Yes, let the cat.
For me, some people are just very, very nosy. So just like an extra thing. They want to dig in and dig in and dig in. So I'm a private person. I'm a reserved person. So it's just to go and like talk about that at work. It's just gonna drain me even more. And I already complex situation at work.
Well, this topic came in actually on our Facebook page. Make sure you follow the Facebook page as well at the Happy Hour Talk Show on Facebook. Would you let your child wear the opposite sex clothing? Which is a very good topic.
I'm a traditionalist in one context, and so, having been reared a Morehouse man, and, there's a time and a place for your suit and your tie and all that looks like. I come from that, but I see what's happening in society right now, and I know that more kids are getting in touch with who they are and how they want to express themselves. So if I had a kid now that had that desire, I would find a way to harness it. Even if I sort of navigated them by the traditional rules of society, but also found those I would find those spaces and places where they could express themselves like that until they get to a place where they can do what they want. Exactly. But I would really try to navigate it in favor of them doing what they wanted to do to express themselves differently than I might have 15 years ago.
I'm curious to hear your answer. How would you?
I'm open to it, but the child's safety is far more important than their needs or their wants with wearing opposite sex clothing. So I'd have to assess their age, their mental state, their process of handling bullying, because that's very, very big just these days, and backlash that could possibly occur, and also their environment, the community, the neighborhood, the school that they go to, how that all fit into that individual child's life.
Well, I think
every child in every situation is different.
Well, I think that it's not only about the child, because you were saying about the bullying and things like that in the neighborhood. I feel like a child is going to go through certain things like that regardless where he lives or he or she lives, and I feel like it's important just to let the child be themselves. And I think if you just make that decision to let the child be themselves, the parent is going to have to take more of a stance to allow that. I kind of agree with what you said, Patrick. The parent has to have to be at the school meetings and meeting the teachers and meeting the at the principals and being there present to try to make sure he's around or she's around those type of environments, because you can't control it. But I think as a parent, your lifestyle is going to change too. You can't just be like, oh, my child's going to school, I'm allowing them.
You have to dive in.
You're going to have to dive in and take that journey with your child as well.
And hate crimes are on high, so we just have to be concerned about the security of the child.
Like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, that was, look, the child was young. They went to the Pride in Florida. Look, they were out there together as a family, a unit, letting them know it's okay.
And
you know what I mean?
Wayne's daughter, he has just come out in support of her.
Right.
Well.
Right.
Yeah.
But
she's
back
13.
Back to the bullying point, I hear what you're saying about riding that journey and taking that journey with the child, but if that child is a child that's fragile, that's not able to withhold criticism from people and can break down easily, you can't just let that child progress that way.
Well, I don't think it's
opposite clothing.
No. I'm saying there, but it starts at home. If I know that my child is already fragile and whatnot, I'm going to take the steps and to try to instill in my child at home that it's okay to be yourself, but also that in this world, in society, people are going to be cruel, but you're beautiful. It's a child that I watch on Instagram. Her name's Amira or something, I believe. And the child she's blind. And her mother, she wears glasses. And her mother tells her every day, she sends these affirmations on Instagram. She's like, I am beautiful. She said, hi, Cupcake. How are you doing today? She's like, hi, Mommy. I'm doing fine. I'm beautiful. And all this type of stuff. The mom treats her like gold, like God, more over the top, more like parents who have children who have all the right senses who can walk in life. So I think that you would have to, like I said, do more. This child has much more confidence than a child who has eyes that can see. I'll send it to you guys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it so everyone can see. And I think
I'd love to see it.
It's about the parenting. So when you have your mentality, not to say, Derrick, well, I am saying I disagree with you. When you say that you are allowed, can't do that, would allow the child to do X, Y, Z, I feel like you're instilling already fear into the child of that they can't do because you're fearful of what the child is going to be.
No, I didn't say I wouldn't allow them to do it. I would say I would assess that child's overall state of being, their state of mind, their ability to deal with bullying and to deal with social criticism. I would assess their state, that child's state, because I can tell you one of my nephew who's strong and that could handle that. Not to say he's gay or anything,
right.
But I know the other nephew is weak. He couldn't handle that, so I would have to assess that child. Every child is different.
Yes, so therefore,
and the parent knows their child the best. If you're a good parent,
you're right
involved in your child's life.
But I don't think that it should be about wearing clothing, women clothing, or the other sex clothing. It should just be about you as a parent should be doing that already.
Correct.
That's all. Moving right along. This one came from our Instagram page. Follow us at the Happy Hour Talk Show. Is there a proper way to tell someone that you're not interested?
Say no.
Well, real quick, I'll go back to just the be clear king, and it's better to be clear because I've had some scenarios where I wasn't interested, but the guy smoked cigarettes, and so I said, "Well, you smoke cigarettes," and then he came back 6 months later. He says, "I don't smoke cigarettes." I'm like, "Oh, I'm still not interested." Then there was the other one who said, "I said, well, you should consider therapy." And
wait a minute. You told a guy that he should consider therapy?
Yeah, I did, and he actually took advantage of his benefits, did the therapy, came back, showed me the appointments, and then I said, "Oh, I still, what I mean?" And so my point is, I said those things as kind of like just to keep him at bay, the interest at bay. but they took my direction seriously and came back.
You playing
so
with
it's best
people.
to be
Wow.
clear.
It's
It's best
behind.
to say
Yeah.
you're not interested.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy
Yes.
in all situations. So I've had like 2 instances actually here in New York City where I've had somebody who I had just met approach me and say, I want to date you, I like you. They were very, very just forward with, liking me and wanted to take it to the next level. And I said, hey, I think you're a great guy, but you're not my type. And we actually became good. I said some other stuff too, but we actually became good friends.
Derrick.
What if they
What?
watched one of our
Derrick.
episodes and then review what the
Kendrell.
type is and then come back
Wait a
as
minute.
that?
Wait a minute.
Kendrell.
He's lying. Like,
No.
oh, I'm done.
Well,
You think you know, but you have no
And
idea who
Kendrell,
I'm even
and
talking
I stay
about.
friends with
So
my people too, while you're trying to make me sound like a bad person.
Yeah, I can't. Derrick, you tell every guy that's interested in you that you don't like them, that you're not
said-
interested.
this
he is a-
particular instance.
That particular one.
Coming for me.
I'm just saying, we're gonna put it out there. That's not
Complete the
true.
thought. Complete.
But I'm gonna let you have that one.
Do
on
you
that
tell
side.
every single guy
Me?
that stayed out they like you that no? Like
I don't. For me, I
That's
answer
like-
the question. For me, I use very. I have a lot of jobs, so I just say I'm very
Very
busy.
busy.
I'm very busy.
But that's
I'm
not
not
being
lying.
honest.
It is being honest. I'm very busy. I have many jobs. I produce shows. I'm busy. I have rehearsal. I go to the gym. I'm busy.
So those those to whom you're interested, you make time.
Yes, I'm just
They
too.
know.
I'm too busy for you.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
got it.
say, and that's not a lie. I'm too busy for you, so I don't feel like the need for me to tell you. Oh, guess what? Your teeth are fucked up. Oh, sorry.
okay.
But I don't feel the need to go and tell people detailed things because what's the point?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk to you no more.
No, but,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
situation I was describing was a person that came up to me and told me directly, like specifically, and tried to come on.
Well, they said on the Instagram page they want to know: is there a proper way to tell someone that you're not interested? How does it? Do you do a
but-
text message? Do you tell them in person?
Ghosting
Kindly.
doesn't work.
I think kindly.
Yeah,
is the-
regardless
is
of
the adverb.
regardless of the media, kindly.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it goes to show the maturity. I will have much more respect for somebody at the end of the day if they tell me, you know what, I appreciate your efforts, but I can honestly tell you that it's not going to go anywhere because of X, Y, and Z.
Because of those teeth.
I would respect them more at the end of the day if they told me what the truth of the matter was.
It's a better
Would
way.
you date somebody who wasn't physically fit? Like, how would you approach them?
I have, and if I'm not looking for anything at the moment, if I'm not, I'm gonna be honest from the get with my feelings because ain't nobody gonna tell me how I'm feeling if I don't feel it towards you.
Okay.
Let me overlap onto our social media conversation, though. Do you feel that need for etiquette and gentle letdowns for those of you who partake in
Oh,
social media?
good topic here.
Well, social media allows for ghosting.
No.
And blocking.
This is a topic that we had while we were in Cancun. I don't know if you guys know that we all went to Cancun recently.
That's for the
so LGBT Music Festival that this guy Gregory Douglas does. It's amazing. It's like the Gay Essence Festival. So you guys have to check it out. It's every year during Memorial Day. And this topic came about what you just asked anyhow. So Mr. Vidrine here, he doesn't like when people hit him up.
Oh wow, we're going there.
Yes, we're going there. He doesn't like when people hit him, so they can know. You might
Okay.
teach the people.
Okay, let's teach.
He doesn't like for y'all to hit him up in Instagram and say SUP, sup, and then proceed to say WYD, what you doing?
WYA.
He
Or even in text communication, I'm very like a thoughtful person in my conversation, even in text messages. So I want somebody that gives me that same train of thought and value me enough to like say, hey, let me put some thought and effort into communicating with him. Sup, what you doing? How you been? How are you? And you don't even know me. Like, you gotta come up with something a little bit more than that.
For me, when I say sup or WYD, it's a segue before I start that long conversation that you want. I don't want to just send someone a whole monologue. I don't know what you're doing. I'm being respectful of your time. I think that you're looking at it in too deep. I'm just saying, like, WYD, what you doing? And then when you say, oh, I'm at work right now, so I'm gonna refrain of sending everything that I really want to say. So I hit you up later, and then I'm gonna ask you again. Sup? What you doing?
And I disagree. I disagree with that fully because I just feel like you should be able to say what you want to say, and the person can read it at their leisure. You know what I mean? Whatever that is,
but
they
then
can read it at their leisure.
But I think in the context of our original question regarding the etiquette of the whole thing, and that letting people down and all that stuff, I have if someone I'm not interested approaches me on an app or something like that, I don't have a problem with saying nothing.
I do that too. I just leave it on red.
Sorry about that.
No, silence is golden.
You do that too?
What?
You just leave it on red?
You want me to respond to everybody's message?
Yeah, well, I know.
I don't have time and energy for that.
We're qualifying.
He's very busy
media.
too.
I don't have time to respond to everybody.
Social media, it's okay to go.
No, he was saying
it's
that
true.
is so many.
Yeah, it is the luxury of social
That is
media.
true. You can tell me.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with him because I barely hit up anybody. It's very rare that I hit up somebody up. But if I do, I'll do my little background research. So let's say I was going to hit up Derrick and I saw he went to Cancun and I saw some fest. I'd be like, oh, I saw you were in Cancun. How was the LGBT fest? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Something more meaningful besides
That's so
sup.
cheesy. It's like you
Not
did an
cheesy.
investigation. Like, just say what's up. I know what you want. Like you say what's up, and then we're gonna say, hey, what's up? Now, if I don't respond back, that means I'm not interested.
Sup sounds like you're trying to hit me up for sex.
Well, sup, not if you live across the country. So he's just saying what's up. Like if I see somebody on the street, when I walk down the street, I see somebody that's cute, or what if y'all see someone, you gonna say, you gonna nod your head. You gonna say, what's up?
It's passive, and it's become passive aggressive in the context of social media because there is something behind it. That's why for me, it's like when somebody even says, "Hey," I'm just like, "What do they want?"
It's called it's breaking the ice because you may not even say hey back. So some people ego, they just want to say like, hey, sup, you know, like hi. They're not gonna just go sing you a whole thing. Hey, I saw you.
And I'm the what you
more
want
than handsome.
person. I'm gonna come up with the WYW. What you want when when it starts out with the hey, the where you at, the what you doing. I'm like, what you want? That because I'm feeling like you want something more, and it may not be sex. It could be business.
Yeah.
But whatever it is,
Be
just get to it.
specific.
Just get
Yeah,
to
I don't
it.
have time. Time.
So that's my
short.
feeling. That's my feeling. That's all.
Get to the point.
I receive your heys, good mornings, as they are because I know you.
Yes.
I know your intentions.
Yeah.
But if you were, man on the block, I'd
Yeah.
be like, what you want? That's all.
Maybe we're just talking to the different type of people.
Maybe we are.
Don't limit my repository.
All right, guys, that's it for our wild card episode. It's been fun. All those great topics, right?
Yes.
Make sure you email us at our Facebook, our Instagram, and our YouTube, and follow us. It's called the Happy Hour Talk Show, and we look forward to sharing more topics with you in the future that you send in to us. So once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Melba's in Harlem, To Exist, and Lambda Vodka. Just make sure to keep the cocktails flowing and the conversations going. See you next time on the Happy Hour.
Right. That's it,
Guys,
Cheers.
Great show.
Woo!
take care.
I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I've been serving customers every day all week. I'ma hit the happy hour. I need me a drink. I'ma hit